There have been quite a few big name stars who have turned down roles and the opportunity to work on film sets with Tom Cruise. While some may regret the decision, others might not. But was it a mistake to pass up the opportunity? Hi, I'm Stacey Taylor, and today I'm counting down the top 10 celebrities who refused to work with Tom Cruise. So would you work with Tom Cruise? And let us know in the comments below. So starting off our list today at number 10, we have Will Smith. So for a while now, Will Smith and his wife Jada Pinkett Smith have been denying the fact that they are members of the Church of Scientology. However, if this was the case, then why did they operate one of the church's private schools for their children in their home? As in the report published by Daily Beast, they would confirm that the Leadership Academy that was taking place in one of the couple's homes was essentially a Scientology school, and the teachers the couple had working in the school were followers of the religion where Scientology was studied among the classes. So the teachers at the school were constantly told to talk about building materials into the curriculum that were related to Scientology. And there were even parents who removed their children from the school after they realized that the curriculum revolved around Scientology's practices. While Will Smith definitely wants to curb his involvement with the church after it's clear his wife forced him into it, he has turned down roles with Tom Cruise, so fans don't get the wrong idea about his involvement when it comes to the church. Number 9, Nicholas Hoult. Back in 2019, director Christopher McQuarrie would return to the Mission Impossible franchise not for his third directorial effort in the series, but his fourth as well. The two films would compromise the final entries in the entire saga, and it would send Cruise's Ethan Hunt out in a two-part bang. But did you know Nicholas Hoult was offered a role by Tom Cruise himself after passing a fight choreography test with flying colors, but then he turned down the film, as the production delays created a problem for the star as he already booked other projects that included a Dracula spin-off. So despite the personal invitation from Tom and all the physical prep work, he flat out turned Tom Cruise down. Hey my little peaches, are you liking this video so far? If so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. At number 8, we have Jessica Chastain. Imagine being an Oscar-nominated actor signed up for a movie opposite of Tom Cruise, but then you turn the role down last minute to pursue a different role in another project. Well, this is exactly what happened to Jessica Chastain. Now, you might think a superstar like Tom Cruise would be furious to lose an actor who could very well help make his film or break it, or that he was insulted that they wanted to back out of being his co-star. That very scenario played out to be kinda true when Jessica wiggled out of her commitment to the film, Oblivion, so she could star in another movie. She also turned down the star again when she was offered a role in Mission Impossible just a year later, but she opted out of the film due to its ridiculous training that was required for the film's role. But honestly, the way she just last minute backed out of both roles just proves that she just didn't want to work with Tom Cruise. Number 7, Val Kilmer. So Val Kilmer has turned down 2 roles when it comes to starring in a movie with Tom Cruise. The first role would be for the movie Collateral. Well, at first Val was announced to star in the film in an undisclosed role. It would be announced later that he departed from the film because of the shooting schedule when it came into conflict with the film Alexander, which he was already well into filming. Then he would turn down to collaborate with Tom Cruise for a second time when he turned down a role for the film The Outsiders because he was prepping for a run on Broadway in a play titled Slab Boys. And in hindsight, this might have been a wrong move as the play only ran for 6 weeks, and in addition, Kevin Bacon and Sean Penn to cast saw Val being bumped down to a supporting role. Now eventually Val did end up working with Tom when he starred in the film Top Gun, but initially he also turned down that role. He only ended up taking it because Tom Cruise just kept hounding him about the role. Number 6, Bill Murray. Imagine if Ghostbusters star ended up playing Bill Harford in the film's Eyes Wide Shut. Well, it actually almost happened, as Stanley Kubrick's 2020 release book, American Filmmaker, it would reveal that Bill was on the filmmaker's shortlist of casting choices when he was planning the movie in the 1980s before the role went to Tom Cruise in 1999. But that's not the role he turned down to obviously work with Tom Cruise, as just a decade earlier, Bill was actually offered a role opposite of Tom in the 1988 drama Rain Man, with the original script being sent to Bill by Mark Ovitz at CAA. Bill just decided not to read the film mainly because he wasn't interested in the project, as he heard Tom Cruise was involved in it. So the role was given to Dustin Hoffman instead. Bill didn't feel too bad about turning down the role, as he could have won an Academy Award for Best Actor, because after he turned down the chance to star alongside Tom Cruise, he turned his attention to Scrooge, which has become an iconic Christmas classic and one of his most celebrated roles. Number 5. Jason Alexander. Jason Alexander became a household name thanks to his iconic role as a quirky, down-on-his-luck New Yorker in the trailblazing sitcom Seinfeld. But before he was a sitcom star, he was offered a role in the 1992 legal drama A Few Good Men. It all happened in 1990 when director Rob Reiner was assembling his class, and according to actor Kevin Pollak, in an interview with Vanity Fair in 2017, he would state his role was actually intended for Jason in the first place, but he turned down the role for Seinfeld because it got renewed, so Kevin went on to snag the role in the film A Few Good Men and work alongside Tom Cruise. Jason knew better off to stick with the role, but he did curse Kevin for earning 4 Academy Award nominations, and he's still waiting for Kevin to quit a job for him to say thank you. Number 4. Dennis Rodman. So you wouldn't expect basketball star Dennis Rodman being offered a role in a Tom Cruise film, but at the height of his fame, when he was playing alongside NBA legend Michael Jordan for the Chicago Bulls, he attempted to make a big-time Hollywood career in the process, where he actually starred in a few major films that included Double Team and Simon Says, but neither of these films brought him the type of fame he was hoping for. But it all could have gone down a really different path if he didn't turn down an offer to star opposite to Tom Cruise in the 1996 sport comedy Jerry Maguire. In the film, Tom would play a sports agent who starts his own firm, struggling to survive with one of the complicated superstar clients, Rod Tidwell, who was played by Cuba Gooding Jr., but originally this character was supposed to be played by Dennis, and he turned down the role. While it's still unknown to why Dennis really turned down the role, many have thought it was because there might have been some scheduling conflict with his NBA duties, but the role actually allowed Cuba Gooding Jr. to win an Oscar, so maybe Dennis just should have taken the role. Number 3. Ian McKellan. When it comes to Mission Impossible movies, they have always had a great villain with talented actors playing slippery, slimy, international criminals. And for the second film, Tom almost enlisted the services of British actor Ian McKellan, but ultimately the actor decided to turn down Tom's offer by making a statement in an interview with People magazine in July of 2015, where he told the outlet if he agreed to take the role in Tom's film, then he would have missed out on 2 of his most iconic roles, before he made fun of Tom, saying they wouldn't let him see the script and decided that his scenes were just good enough because the production team was scared Ian might have just leaked the whole script to the media. So he only got the scenes that he was doing for his audition, and it didn't sit so well with him, as he wasn't happy with the thought of agreeing to do a project without seeing the entire story. So he said no, and his agent told him, "You can't say no to working with Tom Cruise," and Ian told his agent, "I think I will." Luckily, Ian made the right choice, as then he was offered a role not only in the X-Men movies, but also in the Lord of the Rings franchise. And if he did take Tom's movie, he would have never been able to do those roles, so it would have been a huge loss for him. Number 2. Javier Bardem. Javier Bardem got his start in Spain after he starred in a number of films throughout the 1990s before making the leap to Hollywood. Eventually, after a small role alongside Tom Cruise in Collateral and a leading part in the drama Goya's Ghost, he then gained notoriety in the film No Country for Old Men. Before Collateral, Javier actually almost starred with Tom Cruise in the 2002 Steven Spielberg directed sci-fi action Minority Report. In fact, during a speech at the Toronto Film Festival in 2017, Spielberg even revealed that Javier was his original choice for the Department of Justice agent Danny Whitwer. But the star was kinda intimidated about making a leading role in such a high-profile role for one of his first American projects, not just because it was difficult for him to jump into a foreign language for his performance at the time, as his English wasn't that good, but he also didn't want to step on Tom Cruise's toes, as the actor is a bit of a hothead from time to time. So that's why the role went to Colin Farrell. Coming in number 1 today, we have Ricky Gervais. For Mission Impossible 3, Tom also served as a producer on the franchise franchise, and he needed the film to go in a fresh direction. After failing to get the project in motion with Joe Carnahan, he turned to TV director J.J. Abrams to direct the next installment. Looking for some new members to cast, Abrams put out an offer to Ricky Gervais. In the beginning, the actor was excited to join the film, but unfortunately, due to repeated delays in the film's production, it proved to be a real problem for Ricky, as he was really committed not only to his own TV series, but also with the Christopher Guest film For Your Consideration. Eventually, Ricky then made the decision to drop this film. While this wouldn't be the last time Abrams would call Ricky to star in his films, it was certainly the last time he ever agreed to star in a movie with Tom Cruise. Well, that's it for this video, my little peaches. Until the next one, remember to stay juicy.